Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another video about Paris. Paris is kind of getting farmed for investing content. It's the talk of the town right now. I know a lot of people in my community specifically are looking towards Paris for different types of investments, either in the capsules or in the stickers themselves. This video is basically just going to be looking at Paris and some of the data we currently know and trying to determine what the future of Paris will look like. We'll get into that after a word from our sponsor, GamerPay. This video is sponsored by GamerPay, the best place to buy and sell CSGO items. So the first and most important thing that you need to know about GamerPay right now is that they actually have 0% fees using the GamerPay wallet, which means you can trade your items out on GamerPay completely for free. Another super cool feature of GamerPay that I absolutely love is the ability to get a 3D shop, which allows buyers to check out all of the items that you're selling on GamerPay in an environment which lets you kind of view what the item would look like in game. GamerPay also has a lot of settings to improve your experience. For example, you can compare items on GamerPay to their buff prices, which I really like. When you're checking out an item, you can see a full breakdown of all of the qualities of the item and the seller, and you can even get some chances to win some items just by completing some tasks on the website. It's really easy to buy and withdraw items from GamerPay. Just find the item you want, do the trade offer, then boom, the item is in your inventory, ready for you to go use and flex on your silver teammates. But besides all those really cool features, you should definitely be using GamerPay right now just because of their fee structure alone. 0% fees for buyers and sellers using the GamerPay wallet is a great deal and puts GamerPay ahead of so many other markets. Speaking of sellers, there's a myriad of great features for you as well. For example, you can make the items that you have listed follow the buff price of the items so you don't have to monitor them as much. You can also view the analytics of certain items to see how they're performing. So with all these great features and more, it's really a no-brainer. You can visit GamerPay using my link in the description below. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at here is the quantity of Paris capsules listed on the Steam market. This will give us sort of a relative idea of how Paris compares to other majors in terms of the circulating supply of capsules. Keep in mind this doesn't take into account every single market, and it also doesn't take into account the entire supply of Paris. It's just sort of a benchmark to go off of. So for starters, the Contenders Team capsule currently has around 300,000 supply listed on the Steam market. Now to contextualize this number, if we look at Rio for example, before the sale ended on Rio there was around 30,000 capsules listed on the market, so definitely a lot lower number, but that is of course because Rio was far less popular. And we can also see in the performance of Rio that those stickers and capsules did not do super crazy over time. The Paris sticker performance already completely blows them out of the water. So my point here though is that quantity listed doesn't exactly give you a great idea of how the stickers are actually going to perform in the long term. Now Antwerp, which is a lot more similar to Paris, it also had very good borderless stickers with the same rarity tiers. Antwerp had a lot higher numbers compared to Rio. The Antwerp Legends capsule, for example, the most popular one, has around 16,000 currently listed, but in the past the Antwerp supply has been a lot higher. Now keep in mind the current listed supply of Paris should be at a very high number right now compared to what it'll probably be in the future, because the capsules are virtually infinitely available at the current moment. The listed quantity on these capsules is still very high though, compared to prior examples in the market. So hopefully that sort of contextualizes a little bit where we're at with supply. Again, keep in mind that this isn't really a good indicator of performance though. Now looking at a better indicator of future performance, if we check some of the most popular holo prices at the current moment from Paris, for example the Mouse holo, the current highest priced holo, is around $17 on Steam. In comparison, Rio's Mouse Holo is currently around $7 on Steam, and Antwerp did not have one. Stockholm did have a Mouse Holo, but because those were purples instead of pinks, the comparison isn't perfect, but that holo currently sits around $47 on Steam. But needless to say, and not super surprisingly, the Paris Mouse Holo is very expensive and is doing really well right now. And in the future, stickers like this should continue to perform well. They have solid natural demand for casual buyers, because they look good and they make good crafts, but they also have a fantastic amount of investor demand, which is more important, because similar stickers have fantastic performance over time, and again, the sticker looks really good. So from an investing point of view, it also makes a lot of sense to buy into Paris. When it comes to CS investing, investors want to look towards items that the market values really highly, which, like I've stressed many times before, is really not a hard metric to calculate. It pretty much just comes down to what looks good. But let's talk about what most of you are probably concerned about, which is the future of Paris. Now, of course, I'm no oracle. I've already been wrong about some things in Paris. Sure, they were completely anomalic and basically completely unpredictable things, but still, I was wrong. So what I'm about to say is, of course, just my opinion. Exercise your own research and your own opinions when you're buying stuff. Seriously, I mean, I literally post about Hoothouse. I'm not exactly an arbiter. So here's what I think is going to happen with Paris as time goes on. Now, firstly, I don't really think the holo prices will necessarily pull back a lot. Rather, I think the capsule prices would probably raise to sort of make the prices of the holos make a little bit more sense. Basically, I don't think the holos will necessarily decline. Rather, they may stay the same or slightly increase. and then the capsules will go up since they will then be supply capped, and they will sort of normalize the holo prices in terms of the ROI. Of course, it could go differently. This is a complete anomaly after all. I think it's also equally possible that the holos decline in price and the capsules rise in price as well, to eventually sort of meet at a middle ground. But that's just the short term, which I think is the most unpredictable at the current moment. I will say though that it's at least really hard to make an argument that the capsules won't just increase right away. If we look at the overall market in terms of people who are opening stuff, their choices to do it cheaply basically come down to the snakebite case and a few random capsules here or there. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to do RMR because the results from RMR are just so terrible. Paris makes a lot more sense from this point of view because the capsules are extremely cheap, at least right now, and the results can be very, very good. So again, very hard to make an argument that capsules will decline or stay the same. It makes a lot more sense that they'll increase to sort of normalize the market for people that are looking to open stuff. It's not like Paris holos are just going to automatically lose all the qualities that make them so nice. They're still going to be borderless, they're still going to have great holo effects, they're still going to look great on crafts, so they're still going to have a very high true value. That being said, when we look towards the medium and long term, I think the prospects for Paris look really good. While the circulating supply does seem very high right now, this should be a fairly hyped and demanded part of the market for a long time to come, and once you can no longer buy Paris capsules in game, that aftermarket circulating supply is going to be the only way to even get them. And especially with the prospects of CS2 bringing in so many new players and so many more content creators checking out the game, it would make sense for that supply to diminish a lot from the current numbers. Again, with RMR, Rio, and less so Berlin, a big reason those stickers have been unsuccessful over time is because there isn't really a huge amount of demand for them. So the circulating supply of those stickers and capsules aren't eaten through very fast, and so their prices remain fairly stagnant. There's really no reason for that to happen with Paris, so I'd say the prospects look pretty good. Anyway, that's my take on the short and long term for Paris at the current moment. Things could change. Valve could randomly decide to just nuke all borderless stickers for CS2. We don't know how it's going to go yet, but from what we know right now, that's going to be my take. Hopefully this gave you a little bit more clarity if you're unsure about Paris. Again, just remember it's my opinion, and to use your own when making a final decision. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like on it. Helps me massively and costs you absolutely nothing. Subscribe to the channel for the best CS investing content anywhere else on YouTube. If you have any further questions, be sure to reach out to me on Discord or Twitter. I answer all questions completely for free as long as I have time. And check out GamerPay. If you spend 50 euros using my link, you'll get a free €5 bonus, and so will I. Thanks guys, see you next time. Peace.